everybody, and welcome back to Adventures in Collecting. Erik here. I just sat down with, attended a virtual presentation, if you will. Let's go with that instead. Featuring Jing and Chris from the Hasbro Star Wars team, and they laid out a little more information, a little more granular detail of the HasLab Cantina. Chris broke down each section dimensions. Stay tuned for those. There will be posts about each individual measurement of the cantina, how it kind of breaks down, seeing it kind of spread out on the entire table. And then they answered a bunch of questions from the community, and I'm going to give you some of those highlights now. So we had the opportunity to submit some questions in, as well as some other members of the toy community, and we got some answers. So first and foremost, the big question, get it out of the way, character support. So one of the things that's coming with with this cantina are some very long requested characters that have never had an action figure treatment, let alone one in the vintage collection. So of course you're getting the Tonica sisters, you're getting War, you're getting Nabrin Leeds, you're getting Greedo, and you're getting Arliel Schluss. I always trip over that one. But you're getting those figures, the Tonica sisters and Wooher, of course, with the project as base. So once that hits 8,000 backers, those 3 figures are unlocked. Those 3 figures, card backs, figures, accessories, all of it, those are exclusive to the HasLab. They will never be available again. The other 3, the Arliel Schluss, Greedo, and Nabrin Leeds, they will be card back exclusives to the project, which means that there is a chance down the line they revisit those figures in the vintage collection on different card backs. That is more likely to happen if those figures become unlocked. Jing and Chris both emphasize that if they do not get unlocked and the tooling is not, the tooling doesn't go into production, it's less likely that those figures will be revisited. So that is the impetus to get them unlocked as part of the Cantina project. Talking about Cantina denizens, they also re-shared the pipeline, which of course includes a new Luke Skywalker, a new Ben Kenobi, new Han Solo, and new Chewbacca. They also added to the pipeline during this call Hammerhead. So Mamo Nadon is now part of the pipeline as well. Sticking with the concept of characters and filling this cantina, they wanted to make it very, very, very clear that they are committed to world building, and they're committed to filling this cantina and announcing more characters, with more to come in the pipeline as part of the Return to Tatooine project, and if this project is backed even more. So looking back at the previous HasLabs, right, the Razor Crest and the Katana, the Jabba's Sail Barge, they've done a pretty good job of getting figures out that go in those projects, right? We've gotten a lot of denizens for the Sail Barge. We've gotten characters that all interacted with the Razor Crest. So they are committed to world building and to getting more aliens, in for this project. So they said it several times. The question was asked a couple of different ways, but they are remaining committed to getting characters in the pipeline for the Cantina. That being said, the focus right now being on that Return to Tatooine project and obviously this HasLab and getting the HasLab over the finish line, they did say that at San Diego Comic-Con, the announcements will be for other things outside of Return to Tatooine. So that's really a program for 2025. They still have some things to announce for San Diego Comic-Con that are not part of that program, fully understanding that there are obviously other eras and other worlds within the Star Wars universe that need to be addressed. Something else that Jing also mentioned that I thought was kind of interesting was we've seen the Cantina elsewhere, right? We've seen it not just in A New Hope, but we've also seen it revisited in The Mandalorian. And yeah, I don't know if that was so much as of a read between the lines or wink wink nudge nudge, but that could definitely be part of the Return to Tatooine program as well, as we have a ton of figures from the Mandalorian universe and the the Disney Plus universe, and maybe we can get a cantina filled with droids too, right? The droid cantina. So definitely something to kind of keep on the radar. One of the other things that they talked about too, that I know is very important to a lot of people, is the packaging. So the base cantina will be packaged in what you're used to seeing from these HasLabs, right? The beautifully designed Kenner box, inspired by the classic artwork and the retro aesthetic. That will be the base cantina. The deluxe will come in a standard kind of unlabeled, the deluxe pieces, I should say. So if you get the base cantina, you get the Kenner box in the shipper, usual thing. If you get the deluxe, you will still get the Kenner base box, but then you will get a separate small box that includes unlabeled, just a brown corrugated box that includes the deluxe pieces. Both of those will be in the same shipper. The reason why they did this was they didn't want to create a chase variant. They didn't want to create some sort of packaging variant that denotes the deluxe versus the base. So everyone still gets that experience of the designed box, and it's consistent across both versions. So again, Kenner base box, designed, all that good stuff. And then if you get the deluxe, you will get a separate, smaller box that's unlabeled that contains the deluxe pieces, right, to make the cantina that much larger. And lastly, the other really big point was the floor. So a lot of people have asked about a cardboard floor, about a molded plastic floor. This project, and lights as well, adding lights. This project is very much so about the modularity of the cantina and being able to break it up into pieces, and they wanted to support that across the board. So by including a floor, you kind of lock people into a certain layout, a certain configuration, and that was not something that they wanted to do. I think the word that Chris used at one point was ethos. The ethos of this project is embracing the kind of modular nature of this, the customization, while also giving as much value as they can in the character selection and kind of hitting some of those most wanted characters. So that kind of wraps up the virtual presentation. The thing that if you take away one thing from this, if you already backed the cantina, or you're planning on backing it and you're waiting to hear about maybe potentially answers to some of these questions, they wanted to hammer home very clearly that they are committed to building out the world around this cantina. In fact, this whole Return to Tatooine program that they have built around it is specifically for that very reason. And it's the first time that they said that they've ever done a pipeline or a program based around one of their, specifically based around one of their projects, their HasLab projects. So they are committed to world building. They are committed to getting more characters out that will fit in your cantina. So with that, I'm gonna try to keep this short so that way you get all the information you need and you're not wasting all your time. But back to cantina. If this is something that you want and something that you want to see come to life, do it. You could visit HasbroPulse.com to back the cantina. We'll put a link to it in the description below. While you're down there, of course, hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss it when we post new videos. While you're liking and subscribing to things, go ahead and follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram, X, TikTok, all those places. We're constantly posting toy news, deals, availability, anything and everything that we think would help out the community. And then if you want to listen to more of me jawing away with my brother and some guests from around the toy industry and toy world, you can subscribe to the podcast, listen to Adventures in Collecting wherever you find podcasts. Simply search for Adventures in Collecting, or go ahead and hit that link in the description below, which will take you to our website. You can find links to all of the things that I just mentioned. And I guess in this case, as always, may the Force be with you.